Hello everyone, it's Dre back for some more tutorial for you guys. Red is back as well.
Don't forget Red! Don't forget Still!
Yeah, don't forget Red. Don't ever forget Red, he'll hunt you down forever. So, I have covered the basics of the equipment. I was going to move on to items. So basically, using the down D-pad, which is basically what I'm doing right now. So
That's your quick menu, basically, is what you're trying to say. So,
Yeah.
But you can go into your normal menu if you want to sort through all of your items, but if you want to have fast access to your items in the middle of combat, you're assigned them to the quick menu. Now, how do you assign them to the quick menu, Dre?
Alright, so basically how I described it before is going, press on the black pad again, go into equipment, and this time not concentrating on this area here, so that's basically left hand, by the way. I didn't really get into that before. And that's your armor. So if you want to do your head, your chest, arms and legs, and that's your rings. I'll get into that soon. But this is all your inventory. So basically this will go, if you go here, you press X or A, whichever console you're using, it goes into your main inventory. So basically whatever you choose will go into your quick item choose thingy.
Quick item choose slot, go!
So the purple moss clump thingy, it's there. So if you want to get rid of that, go back to main menu, equipment, go to the purple thingy, press X, and you choose something else. So you go to the green blossom, choose it, press circle or B, whichever one it is on the Xbox, and then it's there. So you basically use it. So if you want to use anything, you press square or X on Xbox. So you basically use it.
Yum 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 yum.
All right, so there's a lot of items to get through, but I won't go through all of them. There's Wikidoc for that, or Google.
Or just trial and error.
Yeah,
give it a shot. See what they do.
Okay, if you have actually played Dark Souls, Demon Souls, any of them before, there is an item that you use to play co-op. That is the most important thing in the world. Blah blah blah. You really need this item, otherwise you just can't play co-op or anything along the lines of having so basically, in the previous installments, these items that here, they used to be called human ephanies or humanity. So that basically allows you to become human. So basically in the last Dark Souls 1 and 2, you became undead. Unlike this game, you're called unkindled.
Functionally, they're the same.
Yes. So basically with the Dark Souls franchise, your character is basically undead. Basically done with the curse of the undead. So you hunt down these things called human ephanies or humanity, whichever game you played. They're the same thing basically, and they're consumable. So basically, you press it.
Cha, you're on fire.
So that basically makes you human, unkindled, whichever way you want to look at it.
You get a sound file from NBA Jam where it's like, he's heating up.
Whichever works.
Did you ever play NBA Jam?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you're all poor for it. Go on.
I'm being judged. just wait until he starts slapping me across the head. So in this game in particular, you notice that you have a bit of fire on you. You become kindled. You're like a fire.
Yes. You also get enkindlings automatically by killing a boss too. That should be also mentioned.
Yes. Yes. If you help someone with their boss, you also become kindled or human. So basically, that's your little prize for helping them or whatever. But yeah, basically, that helps you become. You can be visualized by other players you'll notice these things, messages and all that stuff. Like this is the same thing with Summon Signs, which I'll get into very shortly. Basically, you can read the messages and it says rest at bonfire, restore HP, and use this as supply. So basically, that's pretty much what I'm going to get into, is the bonfire. This thing here will help you with everything in this game. So basically, you press X or A, checkpoint. Checkpoint!
Checkpoint.
The best thing in the world.
But what's the downside of the checkpoint?
The downside, and it actually does kind of help you in some ways, which I'll get into in a bit. It does respawn enemies.
So anything that you killed will come straight back as soon as you do that.
Yes. So,
and that's not just the first time you use it. That's every time you use it, it
Yes.
will bring back all the enemies that died, except for bosses. Correct?
yes, correct. Also, something that before I even forget to mention this, on the quick menus. So basically, what I'm doing right now is the quick menus. Whatever you chose is there. You can have more than one sword or weapon or whatever you use. Basically, see the health bars. They have their own health bars. The sword and shield or whatever you use. When you start like firing up, they start going down eventually. See how
This is
they
how much
sort of-
durability that they have.
Oh yes, they do break eventually, so be mindful of that.
Once they break, can they be repaired?
Yes,
Okay, well, you don't have too much to worry about.
but when you're out and about and they do break, and it's during a boss fight, and they do break at the most inconvenient times. Trust me, I know this. The best sword that you have breaks on you while you're fighting a boss. It is the most annoying thing in the world, and you just say, oh my god, I need another weapon. What's my second preference? Oh, guess what? You have spent the whole game just concentrating on that one weapon, making it the best weapon in the game, and all the other weapons suck. So make sure you do balance that out, so you have a plan B, please. I'm just putting it out there. It does happen.
When a weapon breaks, is there a visual indicator for it, or
Yes.
is just what's the visual indicator?
Okay, so if you see the box that I'm playing with right now with the right D-pad, it will have a like a sort of broken, like a broken glass sort of look. Like it has a crack going from diagonal, from left to right or something across it. So it basically looks like it's been broken. So across the whole box, or rectangle rather, just going on the side of it, it just looks like the whole thing's broken. So that's what it looks like when it breaks. It will tell you, it will warn you, your sword or weapon, your whatever weapon is broken or it's breaking. Or it just says it just gives you a warning. And basically, what you do is go into equipment. If you can't see any bonfires around you or whatever, there is an item to use. Actually, you don't go into equipment unless you've got it in a quick save. So basically, use the D-pad to go right, inventory, say X. There's a thing called repair powder. Repair powder, the best thing ever. See, item effect on the middle. Repairs equipment, weapons, and armor.
Very important.
Very
Very important.
very. Seriously, it is, and these things are very scarce to find too. So just be wary of that. Make sure that you know, because it happens to me a lot. Because I like helping people in these games as well. This is one of the main things I love about Dark Souls and Demon Souls and Bloodborne and all that stuff. Like just helping people with epic bosses and stuff. So yeah. So I'll show you how this works with grinding or collecting souls, which is on the bottom right corner, by the way. See how I got 6,676 souls there, or points, or you can basically use that as currency in the game. So see how plus 24 just then. So this guy here was worth 24 souls or 24 points, whichever one you want to use it. So he's there. Okay, you go back. Rest at the bonfire. Oh look, he's back. He's back for some more.
And it's going to end the same way.
So this is the gruntier way of grinding, so to speak, or collecting souls or points or whatever. And this is how you gain points to make your character / weapons armor way better. Actually, in saying this, in this game, you can't upgrade your armor.
Now, one thing that a mistake that I made when I first started playing Dark Souls 2 is that I thought it'd be very cool to have a character who did dual wielding. And obviously, if you dual wield, it means you can't use a sword. So, what do you say to the person who wants to try and play Dark Souls by either having a two-handed weapon or dual wielding, as opposed to carrying a shield and a sword?
So what do you mean? Well, what do you mean by your first statement? Like you struggled with it? Or?
Well, I feel like that was not the correct approach to take because I died a lot because I couldn't block.
It depends on how you play this. In this sort of game, it's all about strategy. It really is all about strategy, and Red does not believe me. I keep saying it because in his YouTube, he plays a lot of Street Fighter. And I keep saying to him, dude, this game is pretty much the same. I know it looks grunty and it's hard, which by the way, it can be. It's really not that. It's not that hard. It's just the way you play it. If you mash, if you don't take your time, you don't breathe and relax, which I tried doing when I first started this YouTube channel. You basically do die for no reason, and you do rage. It has gone back to Dark Souls 1, which was the hardest game I've ever seen in my whole life. Mind you, that was the hardest game.
He hasn't played Q-Wop.
There will be some people that are watching this right now that say, "Oh no, it's not." But if you played Dark Souls 2 by yourself, which I did, and I did play Dark Souls 1 by myself, soloed every boss out, and beat the game by myself, got a trophy, mind you, that made me feel really, really good. Because no one can solo Dark Souls 1. That is just does not happen.
He hasn't played Super Meat Boy.
Yes. He's gonna make me wear this until I start getting salty. So basically, without further ado, I'm going to show you some other stuff. So what have I missed so far? Have I actually missed anything else?
No, I've been trying to bring up topics that I feel like you may not have covered. So let's talk about the enemies in this game. Like, what is the best approach that you should have? Which should you be? Because people are going to be used to playing games like God of War or Devil May Cry or things like that, where it's just like you can just run in, start swinging, and start wrecking foes, basically. So with that kind of mindset, what do you think people should expect and how they should approach combat in this game?
For and foremost, I would say do not go in. Basically, don't go in without a weapon. Unless you're a higher level and you basically broke the game, which people do. It really depends on the class that you choose and how you play. Like, for example, I'll show you how, to answer your question, and I'll probably go die. Okay, this is dual wielding a sword. Actually, I'll do it the old-fashioned way. So basically, I'm getting rid of all the weapons that I've got, and I'm going to choose another sword. So I'll choose that one as well. So now I am dual wielding sword right now.
You look 20% cooler for it.
Hallelujah. So yeah, so basically I have no shield, absolutely no shield. Like I am now going to be
shieldless.
Yeah, shieldless.
Scared shieldless.
So these guys are just sleeping here. These guys are pretty easy, but yeah. So basically, what I've got here, I'm probably just going to die.
So you're blocking, but you're still taking damage when you block, is what I'm seeing.
Yeah. So basically with this becomes Bloodborne. So basically without dashing and stuff like that. But so, you press down the right thumbstick to aim, see that little white dot? You do that. Sometimes it's broad and it gets really annoying, but I generally do that just to keep my character in line with it and all that. So basically, okay, so for those who do play Street Fighter, it is about strategy. It's about spacing and just trying to find time, the right time to attack the character. So you notice how many moves this person has, this undead has. So that's twice. So right now he's tired, so I can go in. See how I've timed that wrongly and I almost got my ass kicked? That happens if you mash or if you just don't know what you're doing. So basically, I can press triangle to make it a more of a heavier weapon or something like that, or I can do it. So basically,
the triangle switches it to a dual-handed grip, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So basically, you wait for him to do something and then you attack. You don't just mash it. See how I did not think of what I was doing? I just got hit. So basically, now that my health is down, I use the Useless Flask.
And going to a bonfire always refills your
Yes.
Estus Flask as well, which is very handy.
So that move I just did this is from behind. It's quite easy to do. Unlike other Soul games I've played previously, it's actually a lot harder to do. So when you do that, I'll just respawn them. Now I'm not sure if they eventually disappear like they did in Dark Souls 2, but I doubt it. I don't think they do. I haven't actually physically tried. Alright, I'll choose a... So yeah, let me try this again. So I can roll.
Stab the butt.
Yes. And that's...
Work the booty.
In most cases, that's an instant kill, depending on who you're playing against. This particular character that I'm using right now is...
And that works on every character in the game as well. You can even do that to bosses, correct?
Yes, you can.
It's obviously a lot harder to do on bosses.
There is a different strategy to that, which I'll get into a little bit later. But with the shield, if you guys have a shield, which requires more timing and blah blah blah, you can actually parry hits like that. So basically, you time it properly. I'm probably not going to time it properly, but because it happens when you just.
So how do they do that? What are they doing? Just tapping the shield button?
You basically, what you do is you wait for them to attack, and at the right time, you basically do that. So it's a little bit.
But what is that though? Is that are you double tapping a button or what?
No, you're basically pressing R2, L2.
Okay.
I'm getting my ass kicked. So basically, sometimes it's really. There we go.
And there's a sound cue there as well. You heard like the dwang.
Yeah. So that's an instant kill. That's from the front instead of going from behind. So if you have a if you have a annoying enemy that you just can't go from behind, which is normally the easier way to kill an enemy, you go from in front and you parry. But it's not always safe. So just be mindful. It's not always safe to go from the front.
And once again, you can definitely parry bosses as well.
Yes, you can.
But it's just a risk-reward thing because if you time it wrong, you get wrecked.
Yeah. So when you're running around and you want to shield up like that, you press L1, hold it, and you can run around like this all day long. But it does use stamina, so just be careful. So watch this. Watch my stamina go down if this guy stops doing what he's doing. So eventually, especially with tougher bosses, your character actually loses poise and stumbles. It's probably very tough with this guy.
He's almost there. Come on, little guy, you can do it.
See how I stumbled like that? And that leaves you obviously vulnerable to other attacks. So even like a pro like me, like there is a different. If you notice, his moves as well are a lot slower. So he's using a heavier attack. Let's see how they're faster. So he's a lot more tired. Like that. If you time it properly as well, he actually stumbles too. So see how he's tired, he backs off, they actually have their own stamina as well. So you can actually buy some time when he's tired to stab him in the back like that.
Very neat.
But this is I would say, the most boring way to grind. So I'm about to show you after this. So what I did just there was what I call the Spartan kick.
Sparta!
Yeah.
That kind of Sparta?
Yes. It was amazing. Yeah, so basically this one again is a little bit tricky at times, but all you do is you press up on the left thumbstick and R1 at the same time. So that basically gets them off balance and you can do what the hell you want if you time it properly. It can be annoying if you attack them. So if you're mashing, see how I'm too busy mashing and I'm trying to go forward because I can't get to him. It can actually work against you. So be very, 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 very.
Be mindful of how you use it.
Yeah. So basically, if you do so happen to be out of life and you're trying to revive, the enemies do tend to follow you eventually. So just be mindful of that.
Do they have a certain distance where they'll usually stop at?
They do, yes.
Okay. Is it universal or does it vary from enemy to enemy?
It varies.
Good to know.
But you notice that the enemies in this game are a lot different than previous installments. They actually do act differently. There's a lot more sort of psychology behind this. Like they have actually thought about this, so it's actually kind of cool.
Alright.
On the upgrade of a Spartan kick, there's the jump stab. basically it's the same thing, but instead of R1, it's R2. So you press on the left thumbstick and the R2 button at the same time, and you jump like that.
Cool. All right. Well, that seems like a pretty good coverage of the basis of combat. Is there anything else?
Not that I can think of, no.
All right. Cool. Well, we'll see you guys in the next episode when we look at some more advanced strategies and some other technology which Dre has not yet covered.
I'll be looking forward to it.
All right. Cool. Remember, guys, like, subscribe, do those social media things, share it with your friends, shout it from the rooftops, all those kind of things, and we will definitely see you guys very soon.